channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal chart analysis, and today I'll be doing one on Jungkook. And shout out to I Got Success in 2025 because they gave me the recommendation. Thank you so much. And you guys, please continue to give me recommendations in the comment sections. So I'll be speaking on his personality traits, his characteristic traits, as well as the success he's garnered based off of his natal chart analysis. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then please make sure you've hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Please make sure you've hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And last but not least, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your families, your friends, your enemies, or anyone who loves Jungkook. Please make sure you are purchasing from my Gael Beauty store. The links are on the description box. We sell a lot of great products that are very great and very natural, and it's just very great for you to buy. So please make sure you buy everything, and let's get right into the video, lovelies. So Jungkook was born on September 1st, 1997. So this qualifies him to be a Virgo. So with this placement, he is someone who's very practical, analytical, and detail-oriented. He is someone who is a hard worker, and he's going to make sure that he does everything he needs to do to accomplish all of his goals. He's someone who has a strong sense of justice and wants to make sure everyone is treated equally. He's very thoughtful and generous with his partner, but he may be hesitant in regards to different things because he does not like rejection. With this placement, he is someone who's a great communicator because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so communication is something that they prioritize. He's someone who's very honest and reliable, and he's going to make sure that anything his friends need, they have it, which makes sense because Virgo is an earth sign. But at times, they can be private and reserved, but once you get to know them, they're very nice. Up next would be his moon in Virgo. And with this placement, it has a lot to do with emotions. So he's someone who's very practical when it comes to his emotions. He may not feel it in the same way as someone like a Cancer or a Taurus moon may feel their emotions, but he likes to see them and make them practical. He's very productive, so he is able to not deal with his emotions, but he's someone who's very reliable as a friend. He's very grounded as well when it comes to his emotions, and he's very realistic. He can be a bit of a perfectionist because of this placement and wants to make sure everything is perfect. Because of this placement and the perfectionism, it could lead to him being anxious and self-critical of himself, but also with these placements, he would need to learn how to believe in himself and know that anything he puts his mind to, even if there are mistakes, believing in himself is the beginning. Up next would be his Virgo and Mercury. So this is his third Virgo placement. So he has a Virgo stellium. So that means a lot of his energy and a lot of the way that he acts is very much Virgo themed. So this is a great placement to have, having a Virgo and Mercury, because it's ruled by Mercury and Gemini. He's someone who loves to learn, and he loves to communicate and make the best decisions in the most practical and rational manner. He's someone who's able to articulate how he feels with his words, and he's able to analyze things on an analytical level. Also with this placement, he's someone that is able to tell you how he feels, and not an emotional way, but in like a logical way. And he's able to set emotions aside and just speak to you from the facts. These are the types of people who are more evidence-based than emotional-based. Up next would be his Venus in Libra, and this is also another great placement to have. They're all about having a balanced and harmonious relationship with everyone. They love beauty and they love aesthetics. That's something that he really loves. He loves diplomacy and social grace, and he's all about having a partner that is partnership focused. So he wants to make sure that They have meaningful connections, but they also have an equal relationship where they help each other, and it's like a partnership more than a relationship. They're the types of people who love open communication with their partners, and they want them to express how they feel. And they're also very romantic, and they love a peaceful environment regarding their relationship. They possess a very charming and graceful demeanor, and it just makes them social butterflies, and they love to talk and be around a lot of people. So this is a great placement to have in the Venus placement. Up next would be his Mars in Scorpio, and this is another great placement to have. He has a lot of intense passion, drive, and strategic approach to his actions. He loves to focus on transformation and deep emotional connections. He's someone who's very determined. When he has something, he's going to make sure he works hard to get it, regardless of what he needs to do. He's also someone who is going to be not afraid of delving into things that people aren't able to delve into. He's very strategic in planning his actions and striking at the right moment. He's all about deep emotional connections, and he's all about loyalty and protection of himself and other people. He is willing to go at great lengths to defend them, and he's also all about transformation because Mars is great in Scorpio, but it's also in Pluto, which does a lot of transformation. Up next would be his Jupiter in Aquarius. So this placement, it's mostly him getting a lot of luck through focusing on innovative things, social progress, and humanitarian ideals. This is something that will show him to be very much into career in technologies or social activism or having a progressive thinking and collaboration. He's someone who's a lot about groupthink and wanting to make sure that everyone is treated equally, and he is very open-minded into different things. He's all about intellectual growth as well, and he loves to use his knowledge to help other people and increase his knowledge as well. He's all about freedom and independence, so he values his personal freedom and independence, and this is something that he loves to do, and he would love for other people to be. So this is what brings his Jupiter in Aquarius. Up next would be his Saturn in Aries. So this is a very interesting placement because I think we are actually in Saturn in Aries right now. It moved from Pisces and now it's in Aries. But this placement has a lot to do with putting yourself out there and being able to know that you can do anything you can. So setbacks are prominent early on in life, but they decrease as you get older. So Saturn has a lot to do with patience and discipline, but Aries are fire signs, so they want to get things right then and there. And Saturn is great in Libra, but Aries is the opposite. However, with this in mind, knowing that patience is something they need to deal with, is something they need to prioritize, but their ambition and willpower to get through anything is what helps Saturn really bless them a lot in their lives. Up next would be his Uranus in Aquarius. And this is another great placement to have because Uranus is very great in Aquarius. They're very much the rebel and innovator. They're all about having forward thinking and going against the status quo. And they're all about being a visionary and a humanitarian. That's something that they do a lot. They have a lot of innovation, intellectual curiosity that brings a lot of humanism. They love freedom, equality, and the betterment of society through collective actions as a whole. They want to make sure that we all come together to make sure that we're all equal and have a lot of advancements, whether it's through technology or through ways to help benefit society as a whole. They're also the types of people who lack patience with tradition because they want to make sure that things change for the better. Up next would be his Neptune in Capricorn. So with this placement, he's all about increasing his wealth, power, and influence around the world within himself and other people. So he is a hard worker, and that helps a lot. People with this placement idealize hard work, and they are very practical with attaining reasonable goals. but because they want to be selfless and giving, sometimes they find it difficult to attain their goals unless they have lowered their expectations on all front. However, they do have to realize that they can have a balance between helping other people and also doing what's good for them and helping themselves as well. With this placement, they are going to work as hard as they need to in order to gain that power, wealth, and influence. And he has been able to do that himself because he is a singer and he does a lot of performing. So he does increase his influence around the world. Up next would be his Pluto and Sagittarius, and he's been able to gain this placement because he was born between 1995 to 2008. So he's all about freedom, experimenting, and exploration and risk. With this placement, he is someone who's very optimistic with a thrill of living and possibilities. He is someone who's on the search to add wealth to his knowledge for his enjoyment. And also with this placement, he is going to be very open-minded. So they're the types of people who will read just for fun and just for them to increase the knowledge that they have. Also with this placement, there are the types of people who are going to be different, put themselves out there, never be the types of people who are going to be like on the down low. They're always going to be out there and they are highly confident and also help increase other people's confidence. Up next would be his North Node in Virgo. So he will need to develop these things in order for him to really develop his hidden gifts and talents. So first things first would be participation, bringing order to chaos, creating routines, focusing on the here and now, acting on feelings of compassion, being of service to others, analyzing and categorizing, gaining self-confidence through experience, moderation, taking risk in spite of fears, noticing and valuing details, accepting the reality of his daily life, learning the way of the healer to help other people heal their pain and in turn heal his own, connecting to his inner perfection, pursuing life with clarity, learning to be practical, precise with his talent, and also surrounding himself with people who will support and appreciate his analytical and organizational abilities. Up next would be his Chiron in Libra. With this placement, he may have the womb with being connected to relationship, partnerships, and harmony. He's also someone who may have issues with codependency, people-pleasing, or fear of being alone. He may have experienced inequality or injustice in a relationship or social context, leading to desire of fairness and equality. He may have grown up in a household with parents who had a dysfunctional or imbalanced relationship, leading to confusion about healthy relationships. Being in a relationship with people who lack communication or understanding, or leading to misinterpretation or misunderstanding. Experiencing a loss of significant relationship or partner, leading to feelings of grief and isolation. So ways to heal this is to practice self-care and prioritizing his own needs and desires and constantly putting other people first, and this will really help with himself. Up next would be his ascendant in Capricorn. And with this placement, he's characterized as a very serious person, very disciplined, and very ambitious. With this placement, he is someone who may be timid, shy, or sensitive as a child, but the older they get, then they kind of break out of that. He's very responsible and practical, and that kind of comes with any Capricorn placement. The responsibility may tend to be questioning himself all the time, but he is going to focus on his goals. He spends time managing his assets and may have had to overcome difficulties in his life. He is someone who can be self-destructive when insecure, and he is someone who is very self-aware as to who he is as a person. He also is going to work as hard as he's going to need to in order for him to accomplish all of his goals. Last but not least would be his midheaven in Libra. So with this placement, he's someone who tends to, in the career eye, He's going to tend to want to always focus on things that deal with beauty and justice. And he's someone who likes to be fair when it comes to his career. He's someone who's very sociable, and this is the appearance that he has. He's someone who's very charming. He's very balanced in regards to his public image. And he's someone who's going to be a mediator. He's someone who requires harmony, aesthetics, and social skills within his career in order for him to really want to be in that career. He's also someone who tends to be poised, diplomatic, and accommodating and deliberate with everything that he does within his career. So this is a very nice midheaven to have. That's all I had for you lovelies today in regards to Jungkook's natal chart. Please let me know how you guys feel in the comment section. Again, thank you to I Got Success in 2025 for the suggestion. And please let me know down in the comment section any other suggestions you may have. Please make sure you've hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, as well as that like and that share button. And last but not least, please make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media accounts. Everything is on the screen and as well as in the description box. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.